Hey, this is Pierre Michel, and I'm coming to you from a beautiful home here in New Jersey. Many people have been asking me questions about Bitcoin, and my goal here today is to go over some of the frequently asked questions about this digital currency. So, we're going to start with what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency that allows peer-to-peer transactions, and it's used all around the world. So what does decentralized mean? Decentralized means that there are no central holding point. There are no middlemen. There are no financial institution in the way of a transaction. Meaning, if there is a transaction between you and I, there are no third party in the way of that transaction. So the other question I get asked is, what is blockchain? A blockchain is a digital ledger where past transactions, current transactions are in chronological order for public record. The other question I get asked is, what is Bitcoin scarcity? Before I get into Bitcoin scarcity, you need to understand that there are 21 million Bitcoins and 16.5 million are in circulation. So the more people learn about Bitcoin, the more people start using Bitcoin, the more the value of Bitcoin rises. So that's just simple supply and demand. Now you might ask, how are new Bitcoins created? New Bitcoins are created by people who have an internet connection, the right software, and they're able to mine Bitcoins. And these people are called miners. What mining is simply solving complex mathematical algorithm. And when those equations are solved, the miner is rewarded with Bitcoins. Now, the other question I get asked is, what is block halving? Block halving is an event that happens about every 4 years, where the miner is rewarded 50% of what they used to earn. So for example, if I used to be rewarded 4 Bitcoins for solving an equation, I will be rewarded 2 Bitcoins. That's simple. So what is confirmation? Confirmation is when miners from all around the world validate a transaction to make sure that the transaction is okay, everything is the way it's supposed to be. What is transaction ID? Transaction ID is pretty much like a receipt. So every time there's a transaction, a code is attached to it. So for example, if you have a list of transactions, you use your transaction ID to be able to track one specific transaction. So now the other question I get asked is, what is a block explorer? A block explorer is pretty much like a Google of transaction IDs. It's a web page that explore transaction IDs. For example, if let's say you need to track an old transaction, you go to a block explorer, put in a transaction ID to find that transaction. Now, the other question I get asked is, what are 3 specific ways you can get Bitcoins? You can get it from Coinbase, Bittrex, and Bitcoin ATM. So I hope this video was educational for you, and I will see you in the next step.